Hi, this is Dr. Umar Shankar from EduContra, and moving on with the series on speaking, let's look at certain questions that appear in part 3 of the IELTS speaking test. And two topics on which we're going to discuss today are leadership in politics and life experiences. So here we go.
The first topic is leadership and politics. Do you think people are born to be leaders?
Well, I don't think so. Actually, leadership comes from a lot of things, There are only a few innate skills that are needed to be a leader, but all do not have that. Sometimes leadership also comes with observation as a child. For example, you go to public meetings, you see a lot of people speaking, or your parents tell you about a lot of important leaders, be they social or political, and that brings about a change in you because you feel that you would like to be like them. So I believe that leadership is not something that's always innate, it's something that is learned, that's acquired.
Can leadership skills be taught?
Of course. But then ultimately it is the personality of a human being that brings a lot of difference to the leadership qualities that he has. So for example, somebody may be asked to always keep smiling, to always be very, free in talking to people. But then if that person is basically an introvert, no matter how much you try to bring the skill in him, he may find it difficult to interact with people. So I would not say that all skills can be taught.
Why are elected politicians often so unpopular?
Well, I think most of the time, to win the election, they make a lot of promises. Their manifesto is very long, but ultimately once they get elected, they forget what they promised to the people. They also forget that they are there to serve the people and the people have brought them to power. They believe that they have acquired the power on their own and they neglect the people who have elected them. They do not listen to them with sympathy. They do not try to solve the problems that they promised to solve. That is the reason they become unpopular.
What should a leader do to remain popular?
Well, he has to remain close to the grassroots. That is, he has to be close to the people who have elected him. He has to understand their problems. He has to empathize with them. He cannot distance himself from the electorate. If he does that, then he can never be a real leader. He will be popular only when he is always amongst his people, talking to them, solving their problems, or even if he is unable to solve them, at least trying to give them an assurance that he will look into the matter and he will try and do something in their interest.
Do you think unelected heads of state are a good idea?
No, not always. I wouldn't say that, because at least when you elect some person, you know that during his speeches he has said all this and this, and by interacting with him you can make out that this fellow, if he's elected, can do something for you. And then he belongs to a political party which has got certain ideals. But then if somebody is unelected, unless that person is really an ideal person, somebody you can look up to and somebody who will never change even after getting elected, it's very difficult to believe that an unelected person can actually be a great leader.
Okay. Let's move on to the next topic, life experience. Do you agree that we learn best from our mistakes?
Of course. Because it's only when you commit a mistake you realize what kind of an impact it has had on your life. And once you repeat that mistake, once you have committed mistake and you've suffered because of it, you will never ever get back to it again. We always say, once bitten, twice shy.
What's the best way to gain experience in life?
I believe by going through the experience, because no matter how much somebody else tells you about how much you watch or how much you read, you will never understand the real importance or significance of that mistake or the impact on your life unless you've actually gone through it. For example, even if you have to know how to swim, you can't learn how to swim just by reading a book or watching somebody swim. You have to actually get into the water. So unless you experience it, how will you know?
Can we gain life experience from books and movies?
Only partially. Because that's only part of the story. And what has happened there may not actually get replicated in your life. There may be some other extraneous factors which bring about change in the dynamics. So that's not something that can completely help you gain experience. Something else that is related to your personal life will also be needed to gain experience.
Which is more important, experience or potential?
I believe both. You may have the potential, but if you don't have any experience, you will not shine in whatever you do. Similarly, if you have only the experience but you have no potential, even then you cannot succeed. So they are like, two sides of a scale. You need both. And both have to be almost equal, balanced in order to be successful. Thank you.